hive cluster is under attack.
Live for the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, here on Neo Sylphid, it's going to be Larva versus GuemChi. Topside going to be Larva, our yellow Zerg player. And in the bottom left, it is a Protoss. It is GuemChi. He is orange today. And this is Neo Sylphid. Terra the Overlord's got in the right direction here on this 3-player map. So, pretty good start for the Zerg player. How's it going, Terry? Yeah, I know you're having trouble with your kids, but man, teenagers are a handful. I know how you feel, dude. Just, you know, keep loving them, keep teaching them correct principles, and yeah, I think they'll turn out okay. All right, so scouting with this probe after throwing down a pylon. This might be my favorite Zerg track of all the Zerg tracks in Brood War. It's just, man, it's so atmospheric and has this nice bass line. And then it just goes up. And there's this, like, modular stuff happening. And I love it so much. Overpooling. Here is Larva. Got our second Overlord coming in. This is not Terry. He does not have that designation. Does not have the honor of being Terry the Overlord. This one does. And yeah, so the probe scout's out, an overpool. So forge first here into Nexus. If it was a hatch first, you can get away with the Nexus first if you feel like it, or maybe a gateway first and you want to do some pressure. But overpooling, yeah. Forge is on the way in response to that. Anyway, how are things going in the world for all y'all? Let me know in the comments how things are going here in October of 2022 for ya. I know, obviously, some people are doing well, some people are doing poorly. I've been watching Andor, enjoying that quite a bit. I went to Vegas to watch the BYU versus Notre Dame college football game a couple weeks ago. That was a ton of fun. At Allegiant Stadium, which is the Oakland Raiders, well, Oakland, haha, the Vegas Raiders Stadium now. It's nice. It was only built a couple years ago. It's got great seating. It's covered, it's air conditioned, it's got beautiful sound, and yeah, just a modern stadium in every possible way. Love it a lot. Love the third base coming up here too from Larva, as long as you're naming things that I love, and those are two things for sure. There's your gas timing, so you're not going super fast for speed, which is, or super fast for a lair either. So this is where the probe says, okay, you probably have a third coming up somewhere. So let's keep an eye on that. That's a gateway. Yep. So Nexus, cannon, gateway, and then probably time to take your gas right about now. From GuemChi, both players at about 400 APM. Very, actually, creepily close in APM here. Look at this. They're both about 395 or so. No, they're bumping up to like 4.0 whatever. Man, they're both, their APMs are keeping pace here. I guess that's because this probe's being microed like crazy and the lings are being microed like crazy, which is funny. I mean, these aren't going to be speed lings anytime soon. If this is anything we've seen, this is a 2020 replay, which RJB sent me a while ago, and, you know, RJB sends me only the good stuff. Check him out. Check him out for sure on RJB TV on YouTube. Yeah, there's that gas we were talking about. There's that lair we were talking about. There's that not metabolic boost we were talking about. Yar. Fantastique. Yeah, I mean, this is incredibly standard. I mean, I know some people don't have a ton of exposure to Brood War, and so when casters say what standard is, they're like, what does standard mean? And that's what it means. In a ZVP, an overpool with a lair with your first 100 gas into a quick third base with a forge expand timing and a cyber core at around now is just standard. This is ZVP. Both players are like, okay, from here we can do a lot of things. We can go heavy into the macro. You can try to tech up the defilers quickly if you're the Zerg player. You can go for some kind of a Hydra bust if you're the Zerg player too. That's on play here as well, but usually the lair timing indicates it's going to be a Spire instead. But yeah, definitely can go Hydras if you're into that stuff. And as far as a Protoss goes, yeah, until your Cyber Core is done, you're not really locked into anything, but there's that Stargate opening. So, boof, yeah, I mean, this is what we're talking about here. This feels like a safety Hydralisk den to me. Maybe get a couple Hydralisks out to deal with any Corsairs that show up, and then maybe Spire time as soon as you have that 200 gas, you know. Again, the gas was a little bit late, and there's no second gas at the natural, so had to wait a second on that. And actually just spent a bunch of minerals, got 200 gas. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one there. Yeah, still about 150 gas there from the Zerg. Yeah, orange and yellow. I'm a tiny bit colorblind, it would seem. But yeah, there's the Corsair coming in. And I don't know, based on this build, still no second gas. What that's telling me is I don't know if we're going to see a Spire right now. Well, there's our 200 gas, and immediately made 5 more Hydras and getting Hydra speed. Okay, so Hydra speed is for aggressive Hydras. Hydra range is for defensive Hydras. Okay, so we're going to see Hydras this time against this Corsair opening. Citadel of Adun, very standard on this too for the Protoss. You know, both players just kind of hanging out, doing what they do, doing this on autopilot. When I play StarCraft as well, I've got my build that I'm very familiar with and very comfortable with. And if the other player's doing something that doesn't completely wreck my build, then I just keep it, and I can do it in my sleep, right? That's how this works. And these players can do this in their sleep. They can do the first 5 minutes of a ZVP like this in their sleep, no questions asked. So the Corsair's for scouting and for harassment, and sees a couple Hydras out and doesn't see a Spire. So says, okay, let's get a Templar Archives up pretty quickly. We're going to need Storm sooner rather than later here. And here's the bust. Here's the attempted. This is traditional as traditional can be. Hydras are here. That gateway is definitely dead. The Forge is probably going to die here now too. Range for Hydras is not done yet, but you know, there's a distance you can hit here. That Zealot should probably pull back. There you go, pulling back, but that means that this +1 upgrade is not going to finish. A second Forge really needs to start in this production tab at some point. You're going to want a Forge to replace this one, but there's your Templar Archives. So he's like, okay, so the Corsairs are kind of hunting a little bit, but oh, there's only one Hydra back home. You know what? That's a good choice. Go Overlord hunting. While Larva wants all of his Hydras on the other side of the map. And that way, yeah, we can actually get some Overlord kills here. Even if there's Hydra defense, I say that with quotation marks. There's only one. You can't kill us very quickly, so that's a supply block. That's a brutal supply block on Larva there. Fantastic out of GuemChi. Loving that. Replacement Forge is on the way because upgrades are honestly very important. Is that +2 air weapons? We already have +1? Holy smokes. No, okay, that's just the +1. Yeah, and then no Hydras over here at the third base either. That's another dead Overlord, and that's another supply block. Woo! So yeah, if you're going to do this Hydra pressure, you really need to do more than keep one Hydra at home to deal with the Corsairs that show up, because they're not going to be dissuaded by one Hydralist protecting a group of Overlords, especially if they're clumped up like this and taking splash damage. Weird. So a very nice response here by GuemChi. He's just, you know, got some speed lots out, got some cannons up, got a secondary pylon here in case that one gets focused, or maybe that's actually a difficult one to take down in all actuality. But this is a pretty solid Corsair group. Again, the +1 air weapons indicates we're going for more than like 2 Corsairs. That's just what it is. It is. So we've got Lynx checking to make sure there's not a third base somewhere that we don't know about and we're worried about. And this is where Larva says, yeah, Storm is on the way, and it is. And so my ability to push in here is just lower and lower all the time. Let's keep making those Hydralisks. Any sign of evolution chambers for upgrades. The thing is, the upgrades, there's one here, and we're working on +1 missile attack. But, like, I don't know. Upgrades against Storm don't really matter. Storm ignores armor upgrades, and sure, if you have a +1 attack, then you can kill High Templar more quickly, but yeah, it's another Overlord down. 65 supply here for Larva, 80 supply for GuemChi. GuemChi's got High Templar ready to go. Storm is like 20 seconds from completion, which feels like forever in StarCraft. Got ourselves a robotics facility coming in. Speed lots, they've got their not +1 yet. Had to restart that upgrade because, again, that Forge got killed early. Corsair's just having a good time, honestly. 2 kills, 1 kill, 2 kills, 2 kills, 0 kills. I mean, they're doing all right. They're trying to keep the supply down on Larva as much as they Protossly can. And they're doing it pretty well. So now you need a third base. So maybe this is to set up a third here. Possible. I mean, the thing about this base is that tanks can sit on this low ground and wreck it, but there are no tanks in this matchup because it's a ZVP. Kind of a lot of a TVZ this weekend, hasn't there been? But I figured it was time for a PVZ on Saturday to wrap up the week, so that's why we're here. Lurker Aspect coming in. Okay, and then eventually Queen's Nest needs to be coming in here for Larva. It's got a 4th base on the way. This minerals only thingy on the right side. Every expansion, every starting location. Oh man, you could have run under them and maybe killed one. Bah. All right, whatevs. Oh, no, it's not a third base. I just saw a square and I was like, third base? No, it's an attack. There are no Sunkens here. Oh, Larva. It's got 2 macro hatches, but no Sunkens at this third. Okay, so the Zealots go up, and then the Storm up the ramp is super mega ultra good. Oh, no Sunkens. I think he's going to regret this. Yeah, once the Hydras are dead, the Corsair, they're like, hey, attack the Corsairs instead of these, you know, these High Templar and these Zealots and things. And Overlords are dying, and the supply block is real again. This Archon pops and immediately dies. This Zealot's got all of 2 kills, which is fine, I guess. This Zealot, oh, he's dead. I tried to catch his kill count, but no. Not happening. Man alive. So very close to being supply blocked here is Larva. Not so much GuemChi. GuemChi's got a third base warping in during the attack, as we always say. Day9 taught me many years ago. Oh, there's a DT in here too with casually 5 total kills. Okay, so yeah, the super delayed DT Corsair, we've seen that have great success against many a Zerg player on the channel over the last couple months, I feel like. It's really good. It's really good. Like, if you don't open Corsair DT, then the Zerg player's like, well, that's not coming. They don't make any spores, and this DT's racked up 8 kills now, and it's 57 to 41 workers. And I don't know if GuemChi could have played a better opening to this game. I really don't. He's done a great job killing Overlord, supply blocking the Zerg. He's killed a ton of his drones here now, too. He's got a third base. Yeah, well, the Zerg player is on 4, but it's only a minerals-only base. And it really slowed down his ability to get up a Queen's Nest because he needed to replace the drones that have died. This is great. GuemChi in a fantastically strong position. Extraordinarily strong position here. Protoss players are feeling good about this one. Man, if you guys didn't catch Queen versus Best on the channel about a week ago now, I think it was on Sunday of last week, check it out. Because it's awesome. We got Dark Templar stuff in there. We had Maelstrom. We had Mutas getting Maelstrom Psionic Stormed. It's always like such a killer combo that we don't see very much, but it's so effective. Such high levels of effectiveness. Are we just, okay, we're just dropping Zealots in here. Cool. Man, more drones dying. There's no workers on gas in the main base at all. These Zealots are like, we're just going to kill drones. We're not going to defend ourselves at all here. We're just here on a suicide mission. And yeah, gonna kill some more of your guys. That's another drone down. It's 50 workers for Larva. Not ideal at all. This group of Zealots is checking to make sure there's not a 5th base somewhere they don't know about, which would be super cool. I've heard cannons firing. Here they are. Cannons taking down that pylon. That's what we're all about here. Woof. Yeah, Million Hydra strategy, but without a Dark Sworn, the Million Hydra strategy falls apart. Unless you're dropping. Oh, did we see drops getting researched? Or this is detection for DTs? Maybe it is. 2 High Templar defending the third base and 2 cannons. Seems like seems a little low. Tiny bit low here. There's the Queen's Nest, because Larva's not dumb. We've seen Zerg players try just to go Hydra Lurker against a Protoss for like 20-25 minutes, and does that ever work? No. No, it doesn't. It works if you get there early. But once Psionic Storm is out and once Reavers start getting produced, it's not a thing anymore. It's just not viable. And yeah, there's one person who comments on every one of my PVZs. Hey, why didn't the Protoss make Reavers against all these Hydras? And you know, sometimes they do and it works, and sometimes they do and it doesn't work. I don't know that's a win against Hydra strategy is making Reavers. A really skilled Zerg player is like, okay, I'll pre-split, I'll come from different angles, I'll have a couple Zerglings eat the first Scarab, and then bam, pounce on it and kill it. And Reavers could be really cost efficient sometimes, depending on how things go. So yeah, it's a lot of Hydras out. The supply deficiency is not a huge deal for Larva, right? Being at 143 to 159, he's okay. Hydras are very cheap supply, cheap units. Very strong. The Hydras, are countered by the High Templar. But at some point here, if the Zerg player is going to win over the next 6 minutes or so, he's going to have to take the lead in overall supply. If that happens, Larva's in a good place. If that doesn't happen, Larva's in a terrible place. So Hive coming in, playing a little bit defensively. Storm drop! Storm drop! Dude, the drones killed today! It's 39! 39 drones! That's 39 drones! I probably left this one to die. It's like, well, you don't have enough energy. Unload! Oh, we did! And... oh my gosh, he got more drones! Oh my gosh, time to... yeah, if GuemChi wins this thing, it's going to be through incredible drone murder. Insanely good drone murder. I'm very impressed by this by GuemChi. He's a Protoss player we don't know, we don't see a ton of on the channel. We see a lot of best. There's a 4th base at the minerals only here for Protoss. We see Bisu, right? Yeah, we see a lot. We see rain. We see snow. High Templar attempted to be sniped there, missing on that one. Where is the Dark Swarm? Where is the Plague? Defiler Mound on the way. Lurkers coming in. And a Spire getting produced. Just for Scourge to deal with Observers would be my guess. Probably not going to go for Mutas here, but man. Don't quote me on that. We got Adrenal Glands on the way too from the Zerg player. The Lurkers are spread quite nicely. How many Storms do you need to kill this many spread out Lurkers? And the answer is quite a bit. Quite many. The Lings don't have Adrenal yet. They could fight that pretty effectively. Oh, they don't have any upgrades at all. They're working on Ground Carapace, and Adrenal's not done. So these are 0-0 Lings against +2 Zealots. They're going to do pretty well for themselves. Wow. That was some good Storm. Some really great Storm. And then making Archons against Mass Hydra is like, well, I don't know what else to do with this High Templar, and then it just dies anyway. Yeah, traditionally. Another High Templar sniped. Okay. All right. This push is for real, though. Consume getting researched. Larva trying to buy some time. Buy some time here. But this is so much Protoss. And the Dragoons are amazing until Dark Swarm comes out. Like, their window is now. They trade really well against Hydras, really well against Dragoons. Not so good against Lings, but again, these are 0-0 Lings. I guess they have Carapace upgrade now. So that's something. Oh, the Storms and the Zealots. High Templar snipe. A little bit careless up that way from GuemChi, but he's expanding again. Yeah, man. I really think GuemChi just got a ton of great trades out, expanded behind it. He's up 172 to 135 supply here at 17 minutes. This is where Larva needs to start getting big, but I don't know. Oh, that Storm. Look at that one. Look at all of this trail of Zerg blood here. There's a flank attempt from Larva, but no, said GuemChi. We're ready for that. Oh, wow. Lurker, lurker, lurker. Lurkers on the way. Yeah, but guess what? We're going to see our first Dark Swarm here soon. So the time of the Dragoon may be coming to a bit of an end. We consumed a bunch. We've got Dark Swarms ready. Let's go. It's time, Larva, to Dark Swarm protect your guys. Ah! Burrows in. Bam! Dark Swarm! Immediately Sonic Storm on the Dark Swarm. Archons are in there too. Zealots are in there too. The Dragoons are just futilely attacking in there. Like, whatever. I guess it's better than doing nothing, but it's basically doing nothing. More coming in here from the Zerg, eating more and more Storms. Dude, no Sunkens at this third base, I think, is proving to be a bit of a problem. But Adrenal's done. Okay, Adrenal's done here. Plague's on the way. Larva might have actually pushed this attack back, but he's got Zealots in his third. That is really bad news. That Defiler gets real sniped too. 171-101 with 3 supply. I don't know. I don't know about this. If Larva's not able to expand or kill one of GuemChi's bases, I think Larva might just be futile here. He's trying to kill these obs, but there's 4 of them. And he kills 2, but the other 2 do manage to survive there. Fantastic. Dude, this is... yeah, better upgrades for your Lings would really help here. But having Adrenal is not nothing. And they're so good against Dragoons. Even if the Dragoons have better upgrades, that's just their natural enemy of the Dragoon is the Ling. Okay, so more drones died, man. We're at 45 drones to 70 probes. There's an Overlord watching all of this. Very sad. It's like, okay, so the Protoss player has not been attacked at all today. He lost a gateway, a forge, and I think a pylon. That's it for buildings. Of course, none of the bases of the Zerg player have died today either, which is a bit of a nice thing for Larva, right? All of his hatchers are alive. By golly, he's got a lot of them. So if he's going Massling Hydra with Dark Swarm support, he's got enough Larva, to support that. DT's on the way again. Lings just kind of trickling in, and his Archons are the big deal, right? Lings against Archons can hold their own, but Lings, when Archons are standing behind Zealots, and the Zealots are tanking and the Archons are doing the damage, that's where the Lings really cease to have much value. And alright, well, 5th base murdered. I think this might be it. I think this might be our key victory for GuemChi. Absolute boss. Ooh, nice snipe on those High Templar, though. Not bad, not bad. Ling's not sure what to do, so they just get killed by cannons. Not sure what they were going for there, honestly. They showed up, Like, well, there aren't enough lings to really deal with 3 cannons, so, die. Immediately die. The Corsair ball is still alive. That's such a big bonus right now for GuemChi. Being able to keep him alive. Oh, spawning pool getting focused. Yeah, 15 HP. 15 HP on the spawning pool. It's not dead, but it's very close. Replacement spawning pool on the way. Plaguing a Corsair. Ooh, actually plaguing all of the Corsairs. Disgustingly good plague there. Dude, okay. Oop, this was an attack, which doesn't seem like it was great. Maybe. I don't know. This Nexus is going to warp in with all of its HP, so not a great attack. Yeah, Larva's done. He's done. I don't know if I've ever seen a Zerg player return from this position before. Maybe if you can throw up like 13 Ultralisks, like an Unknown Zerg player did on the channel about a week ago. Maybe. Disgustingly good plague there again, but it's only 400 minerals and 700 gas in the bank. You can't make that many Ultras. You don't have the upgrades either. You have no melee attack whatsoever. And you've been on this 4-base thing forever. For way too long. Oh, just gonna unload some DTs into Zergling Hydraville. Hey, that's not actually ideal. So the DTs are dead. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Yeah, DTs, they probably should have recognized the situation was bad. I mean, maybe if GuemChi just donates small groups of Protoss into the Zerg and makes terrible trades over the next, like, 5 minutes, then sure, I could definitely see Larva swinging back into this thing, but GuemChi's been playing too well here for that to be the case. Incredibly too well. Good plague again, and that is forcing a retreat here from the Protoss. Plague reveals DTs as well, which is hilarious. He's got some jam on him, that's all, and those lings all died anyway. This is, yeah, a robotic support bay on the way. I'll just keep waiting for Larva to try to retake this base, and so's GuemChi. GuemChi's like, yo, take this base, sucker. Oh, he's got this one, though. Hold on. He did take this base. I thought this was just units, but no, he's got a hatch up here on this high ground. If GuemChi can kill this, that is it for our guy. It is the final nail in the coffin for our dude, Larva. Is it happening? Is it happening, Captain? Is this another drop? It's another drop. Of course, it looks like fastest map drop strats. Look at this drone pull even. Oh, it's DTs. Just DTs. Womp. Womp. What do we do? Kill the main. Kill the main hatchery. That will do. Oh no. Our right out of here got killed, but we have +3 attack, and that's a dead hatch. Woo. Okay, was that worth? I don't know if that was worth it. Actually, they're not dead yet. The Defiler's like, we can't actually do much here. God, enough lings finally show up to shut down this DT stuff. But man, they're in a great position. It's a 7 kill, 4 kill. They're doing all right. Pretty good trades there. 190 to 147 supply. And there's just not any army defending this 5th base at all. Archon's coming up here. Lurkers are like, get 'em! Storming the drones. They're not even trying to run. Oh, they tried to run and, like, maybe 4 made it out. That's good. Beautiful double storm on the Lurker, Lurker, Lurker. Dead, 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 dead. Archon, Archon, Archon. Yeah, that's it, man. It is 178 to 112 supply, 23 minutes. No, there's no bank for the Zerg player. There is a bank, sort of. It's a mineral bank from GuemChi, but I think it counts. Archon's looking mighty strong and shiny in the remastered client. And sure, you can kill this base, but guess what? It's mined out. All the minerals are gone. This Vespene Geyser is depleted. If you kill it, it doesn't matter, but GuemChi defends it anyway. Maybe there's an attack coming down this, but there's a Reaver. There's a Reaver here. Yeah, man. Yeah, last ditch. Last gasp effort. For not effort, but for Larva instead. It's like, can we expand down here, says Larva? I don't know, you're down about 100 supply, man. So, not feeling great about it. Plague's it. Okay, beautiful plague. Honestly, it was. It caught a lot of zealots and a lot of dragoons, but the Archons are like, what? It'd be interesting if Plague actually messed with the visibility of Archons, because they're like, what? My face is covered by this jelly. Like, they can't see as far. But no, that is so it. Oh, hang on, hang on. Big swell of Lings, but these Zealots have such good upgrades. And the Hydras have 3-3, but the Lings aren't upgraded. And it is tier 3 here versus, you know, tier 1 and 1.5. And that's it, man. Larva taps out, and GuemChi is our winner in 24 minutes and 57 seconds. Yoof. Hit that like button if you enjoyed that game. Protoss fans are happy they got a win. Larva fans a little disappointed in him. You know, he's a great player. He doesn't win all the time. Nobody does. I've got losses for Flash on this channel. That tells you everything you will ever need to know about StarCraft, okay? Okay, but yeah, just beautiful. And yep, it just came down to economy there. It was 4 bases for for Larva. Woof, pretty quickly. But that was it. He got a 5th base up temporarily, mined from it like 4 seconds, couldn't expand down here. That didn't work for him. And never killed a single base of GuemChi's. This was never under attack. This was barely under attack. This was under attack while it was constructing, but again, no real damage to the probe count or to the Nexus itself, so it doesn't matter. So many drones died too. The drone harassment was key for GuemChi. The DT's in the main base. The storm drops over here at the 3rd base. There's probably more drone killage that I didn't see, but I mean, these drones all died too, didn't they? Here at the 5th base, they didn't even have much time to mine. Yo. Yeah, he just needed better upgrades for the Lings. He needed more stuff is what he needed. He was doing everything right. Hydra's Lurker, Ling, Defiler. That should work against this. He just didn't have enough of it, and he never was able to have the economy to really swarm, to really overwhelm GuemChi here. GuemChi did a great job macroing, get a ton of army up at the same time, getting a ton of bases up at the same time, having the income to support his lifestyle of all the gateway units he could ever want. And at the end of the day, he was successful. I mean, how many probes died in this game? Like 1? God, it might have been 1 probe that died today, and I think it might have been one that was scouting up here. So absolutely no harm to the economy of GuemChi at all. And as a Zerg player, it's just not going to work, is it? Not going to work at all. Well played. Just fantastically executed there by GuemChi. 213,000 points from him, 179,000 points from our guy, Larva. Did they just... Wait, what? Hold on. Back it up. No, that's right. Okay, Whew. Well, they play under different names. It throws me off. But yeah, units killed. A 6-2. That's a 3-to-1 kill-death ratio there. Very nicely done for the Protoss. Structures raised 3-4, which is not great for a Zerg. And then outspending the Zerg player. Oh, yeah. You get outspent by 5,000 resources in a 20-minute game as a Zerg, you're toast. You're toast with the most. Oh. Incredible. Like, really, really amazing. Good. Great ZVP there. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.